as he has admitted the economy is not his strongest subject, so too have numbers not been Senator McCain's best friend. Final numbers, anyway. The campaign claimed a fire marshal had estimated the crowd at its rally 5 days ago at Fairfax City, Virginia, at 23,000 people. But the city's fire marshal's office says it has made no such estimate. Reporters there say it was closer to 8,000. Our third story in the countdown, there are other estimates tonight that the McCain campaign hopes does not undergo similar shrinkage. Estimates of the Electoral College vote. Obama now with 233 projected electoral votes, and John McCain at 227, as NBC political director Chuck Todd will explain presently. The changes are measurable, from the totals to new math in Florida and New Mexico, and the fact that what were 18 battleground states are seeing dramatic shifts. As promised, here's Chuck in Washington, deployed behind the new surface machine. Boy, it must be hell in there. How you holding up?
Oh, I'm hanging in there. I'm not inside the machine just yet. I don't think that that's what NBC's going to do to me yet. Well, maybe I will get implanted in the machine. But here's the old map. This is what we were last week, 228 to 200. Here's the new one. Our little crystal ball here of the White House is very predictive here. Let me show you the changes as you pointed out. The two big ones. In McCain's favor, 27 electoral votes, Florida. This is the Palin bump. We're seeing some of these, what I would call lean. They were toss-up states, but they still always wanted to tilt Republican. 2 weeks ago, we saw Missouri sort of move in that direction. This week, we see Florida. One state that did move in Obama's direction was New Mexico. That was one, frankly, that maybe we should have had in the Obama column a couple weeks sooner. But I want to point out a couple other states. Washington and Oregon had been dark blue for months, frankly, in our board. You saw the Palin effect bounce up there in the Pacific Northwest. Double-digit leads went down to single-digit leads. We've seen a Minnesota poll show it close to tied. One actually has it tied. Others have very small leads for Obama. I want to wait another week or so to see if this is a Palin bump and if it's going to start subsiding. You sort of seeing, just like a tide, you start seeing the receding of the tide. Or is it going to be long-lasting? If it is, then we could move a Minnesota. We could end up moving in Oregon. But right now it feels like this is what we're dealing with as far as the map. And it could be this map for quite some time, Keith.
Is there you have any sense of how to measure that shelf life? Is it really just a question of looking at the polls determine how long the shelf life lasts for the Palin bump?
I'll tell you, in the 24-hour news cycle, the shelf life in these things, Tom Brokaw likes to say it, every poll has a half-life of about 20 minutes. I think this new economy story with Lehman could absolutely wipe off the Palin story. It just moves it to page 2. But you know what? Let's see. Look, McCain and Palin, they're getting back together. They're going to be doing this trip through the Midwest here. Don't mean to keep drawing on here. I got little John Madden in me. I can't help myself.
Of course.
But let's see how those rallies go. Will they get, whether it's an inflated number or not, they have been getting thousands of people to show up for McCain-Palin rallies when before they were only getting hundreds.
All right. Now, you mentioned the economy, the El Foldos that are underway, and we hope it's the last one, but the expectation is certainly there'll be other adjustments to the economy, if not actual other Lehman Brothers to go out. What, if anything, specifically on that map could tip to or tip back towards Obama because of this lack of confidence in the economy?
Well, look, I think there's 4 states in particular, actually 5, where the economy could, if it pops in Obama's direction, you would see it quickly. I think in the 3 obvious states here in the Rust Belt, Wisconsin, Michigan, Ohio, particularly Michigan and Ohio, I'd throw in Indiana. This is a state lean red, but has had a beating on manufacturing jobs. Then I would take a look at Nevada and Florida, 2 states that have been hit hard on the foreclosure front. And this is what a lot of this credit crunch that is hitting Wall Street has to do with sort of over-leveraged people on their homes or maybe second homes, investment properties. Nevada and Florida, 2 places where people do a lot of investment properties. That's where you could see if there is a shift in the economy and it goes toward Obama's direction. Obama's not figured out how to connect on the economy the way Bill Clinton did in the 90s. We haven't seen that yet. But if you see that shift, those would be the sort of 5 states I'd look on. Those 3 in the Rust Belt, Florida and Nevada.
Yeah, well, Paul Krugman just analogized what Mr. McCain said today to Herbert Hoover. So Obama may not need to connect on anything if that's, in fact, the language.
Well, and the expectation is they're going to amplify this, and we may see that phrase in a TV ad soon. You look at the speed of these 2 campaigns. The McCain campaign might already have the TV ad out. We'll see if by the morning, the assumption is by the morning Obama's campaign now is pivoting a lot quicker these days. We'll see if we see the TV ad with the fundamentals quote in it.
Chuck Todd on the new Gizmo, which is not, despite appearances, a giant iPhone on its side.
Don't say that. Microsoft service, man. We'll get in trouble.
We're in trouble as it is. Relax. Thanks.
In the tank. All right, Steve Jobs on line 1.
Yeah, thanks, Chuck.